give you an example, a real example of velocity banking, how velocity banking works in tackling your debt at a super high speed. And so, if you don't know, I am using currently velocity banking, the velocity banking system or process to pay down my debt. You know, there's other systems, there's like Snowball, there's Avalanche, but I'm using velocity banking because I want to tackle my debt in a very high volume and expedited way. And so, anyway, one of the credit cards, one of the few credit cards that I'm paying off, I want to exactly show you how this credit card is going to get paid off using velocity banking, okay? So the credit card amount we're starting with, and this is real, this is like my actual credit card. So I'm going to show you how this current credit card that's basically almost maxed out is going to be paid off by October. Okay, so right now I am making a payment of $400 today, so the balance will be $5,585. So this is what I owe as of June 1st. Starting in June 1st, I am going to be, how much is it? My velocity amount, 650. So starting June 1st, I will be paying $1,316 every single month on the card until it's paid off. And you'll see as I'm going through this now, I think by October, which is like month 5, it's paid off. Okay, so let's look at this in real time. So here we have 5,585, which is the amount starting June 1st that we will owe on this credit card. Now, let's look at this. So on this credit card, I have certain bills that get debited from this credit card. So I have a very small amount of bills that they have to be paid in cash, like my auto loan, like my car insurance. They have to be paid in cash, so they come out of my checking account. But I could put the utility bill on this credit card. This credit card. I could even put my life insurance on the credit card too as well. So there's a few things on here that I could put more bills onto this credit card, to get debited from every month, right? But the thing is, because this credit card is so maxed out that I literally just have everything that is highlighted in yellow. These are the bills that basically are getting taken out of this credit card every month. And then the utility bill, my life insurance, my dental vision insurance, my church tithes, and even my taxes that I owe, I just pay those cash. I pay them out of my checking account. So this sheet that you see here, this sheet is basically designed so that I could see all of my bills that come out every month. So everything that is highlighted in like gray is coming out of the first check. And then everything that is like light green is coming out on the 15th, basically. And so this is just something for me because I just like to see my money in different ways and just like, I just to stay organized. So that you don't really need to pay attention to that for this example that I'm going to show you. But, if you're wondering, what is this here? That's what this is. And so basically everything that you see highlighted in yellow, those are the bills that actually come off of this credit card that has a balance of $5,585 every month. So the total amount is $302. So every month I have to make sure that there is $302 left on that credit card because those bills are going to come off there, right? So now with Velocity Banking, I'm going to be making monthly payments of $1,316. Okay, so here we are in June. So the month of June, we're starting at 5,585, right? So 5,585 minus a payment of $1,316 for the month of June, that's going to leave us with $4,269. But we have to add in 300, and we're just going to round it up, $303, because you see, these are the bills, the amount of bills that are coming off every month is $303. We're rounding up. So we have to add those bills back on there. So that brings us to $4,572. Now we're in July. The beginning of July, we should have on that card $4,572 that we owe, right? So for the month of July, we're going to make our next Velocity Banking payment amount of So what did I say? I keep forgetting. 1316. So 4572 minus 1316 for the month of July equals 3256. But we have these bills, so you have to add the bill back in plus $303. That brings us to a balance of $3,559 for August. So August 1st, it'll be 3,559. Okay, so for the month of August, we're going to make a payment of 1316 again minus 1316 equals 2243. But we have to add in the 303 for the bills that are coming out there that make sure they're covered plus 303, and that equals 2546. So for September, now September 1st is here. So the balance on this card now is going to be 2546. So we're going to make a payment of 1316 minus 1316 for the month of September. Now that balance brings us to 1230, but we have the 303 that we have to add on there because we have those bills coming out. Okay? Now September, October 1st, the balance on this card is going to be 1533. Okay? So we're going to make a payment again. We're going to make that payment of, what was it? 1316 minus 1316 equals $207 plus the $303 for the bills that are coming out. We have to have that covered. Okay? Equals $520. So where were we at? October? So November 1st, the balance on that credit card that originally started at $5,589 back in June, now we're in November 1st, and the balance on that card is $520. So now, essentially, the card is paid off, right? So now November, you have $520 that you owe on the card, but you have to add 303 because that's the amount of the bills that are going to be coming out that month. So now for November, you have $823 that you owe on that card, okay? So now you can go ahead and, pay the $823 so that it's at a zero balance. You can essentially just, those bills are going to come out again. So it's going to be $1126. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to minus 303. When I get to November and I'm at 823, I'm going to go in and I'm just going to pay $823 so that by December 1st, 823 minus 823, so that by December 1st, there is a zero balance, but, the bills are still going to come out in December. So you're going to have a 303 balance January 1st. So now you can just resume to just paying your monthly bills without any extra. So now what I'll do in January is I'll probably take the remainder of my bills. Like I'll take the my utility bill. I will take my my life insurance. I will take my dental vision. I'll also take my taxes and my church tithes. Basically, everything on this list now is going to be, that credit card is going to be used to pay all these bills. The only thing that I can't put on there is the car insurance because I have to pay that in cash on this bill, on this page, So, but everything else, I'll be just utilizing that credit card as bill payment. And so whatever the total amount is every month, I will just go ahead and make that payment on. Essentially, as you can see, the credit card is paid off. So we have June, July, August, September, October, November 1st. So in 6 months, you paid off a almost $6,000 credit card. So that, my friends, is how Velocity Banking works. And I'm utilizing Velocity Banking for 3 credit cards, but 1 credit card, I'm not going to be utilizing it yet. I'm waiting to do a balance transfer, and then that'll be my last and final credit card, and I will then do Velocity Banking on that credit card. But right now, I am utilizing Velocity Banking on these 2 credit cards. The one that's 5589, we just did the example, and then I have another one that's for a 5,700 credit card. And then I have like two or three really small credit cards, and I'm basically doing velocity banking on them. Well, they're all like $500, 600, 700. So I was like, it's like three of them. So basically, I just wanted you to see this is how velocity banking works. So this is why when I found out about velocity banking, I'm like, wow, this, Lord, this is what I need to do, because I'm not trying to, you know, spend the next 5 years, even 3 years, paying off a $5,000 credit card. Like, no, nobody has time for that. I'd rather buckle down in 6 months, stay laser focused, locked in, and either, increase my income whichever way, either getting a new job or picking up some other gigs. But I'd rather just lock in for 6 months, come up with a plan, know all of my numbers, okay, and I'd rather just pay off everything in 6 months and continue to move forward in my life with new habits, a new mindset. So basically, this is velocity banking, and I hope that this helps you out. If you have any questions, you can always DM me.